Good morning, viewers. Welcome to Breakfast Digest on ACTV. Newspaper review. The headline today we have UN, AU, ECOWAS meets on next move, warns federal government. This is as regards Niger Republic. Cooking gas price to rise next week, says marketers. El-Rufai, Wike meets with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu over ministerial confirmation. Tinubu's government to spend 341 billion naira on judgment debts. Federal government may stop custom. Then we have Vanguard. Niger coup leaders form new government. Emefiele asks courts to stop federal government from further prosecuting him. Sanusi meets with junta leaders, briefs President Tinubu. Daily Post. This is an interview. Tinubu government violating constitutional provisions. MBF President Bitrus. Naira moves closer to 1,000 per dollar at parallel markets. Man defiles 11-year-old daughter inside bathroom. This happened in Ogun State. Ministerial screening. Why Senate should ask El-Rufai to write an undertaking before confirmation. Okupe. Mary Odili denies influencing judges to favor President Tinubu based on the election. And then Guardian. Still on Niger. Long road to peace has ECOWAS. Coup leaders maintain position. Dollar breaks at 900 per dollar, heading to 950 per dollar at alternative markets. On education, stakeholders list expectations as Nigerians await 47th educational minister. And then leadership. Brezov, NAS Service Commission tells training institutions. Shetima stresses the use of local engineers. Tinubu mourns Pastor Taiwo Odukoya. Just in. Armed robbers kill as state government vows to fish out the killers. Army strengthened partnership with Nicomas. Female deputy governor pledges support for First Lady's vision. Now over to my co-host, Harrison.
Thank you, Alexis. I'll just go over the nation. Otedoku, Otedola Internation. Also, Niger. Islamic clerics weighed in to prevent military actions. On the nation, you can find that on the nation. Also, APC replaces Beta Edu, Kyari, and Uwosu, and others. That's on the nation. You can find that on page 8 of the Nation newspaper. We move to This Day newspaper. Dangote hails Tinubu's quest to ramp up tax collection, block revenue leakage. Also, we have WHO declares new COVID-19 strain variant of interest. Also, diplomacy back on table as Sanusi meets with Niger coup leader Tinubu, and Tinubu Sanusi met with the Niger coup leader yesterday. I think straight from Niger he landed to Abuja, to meet with the president. The big news on This Day newspaper also. ECOWAS may consider 1-year military transmission and election. Muslim clerics step in to help further diplomatic resolution. Nigerian politicians write president, want sanctions lifted. Catholic bishop warned against repeating Libya's experience, and also addresses case of coup in West Africa. Few more newspapers. The front page of Daily Independent. Further naira devaluation seen. New now exchange for 917 naira per dollar.
Why a lot of people, mostly marketers, who do buying and selling.
Economically wise, you can tell that it's not actually good for the Nigerian
It's not good for our naira. No, it's not.
The devaluation is become.
It's heartbreaking.
We hope they put the necessary thing in place. Federal government may force to review FX liberation policy. Analysts, I think,
still on
this. There are some they need to. There are some restrictions they need to bring down concerning the FX market. The federal government, they need to the devaluation will force the government to look into these policies. Well, still on that, Supreme Islamic Council opposes sanctions, military actions in places. Emefiele case with the DSS still not resolved.
It's not resolved. I don't know why they don't need to get
skeptical, because you don't know what will happen next. Because court grant him a release on bail. DSS said no, they have to take him back to their government. We hope that it gets to the people that need it.
That's another point. That's true.
That's the thing.
So it's not shared amongst themselves again, and
as usual. Let's just take one more newspaper. New Telegraph. Oba at Otudeko is kicking against First Bank AGM. This is surprising news. Disruption in Nigeria, Kazakhstan as oil supply hits 2 year. Ex-depot price hit 600 naira. Was 4,080 to 4,000. It was 480 to 495 as of July. Over 1.5.
Yes.
So this is really shocking. Force majeure declares in October, still in effect. NLG. LNG exports to Europe disrupted by vandalism. That's still on New Telegraph page 2 to 26. Also, Army needs 10 division to crush national security threat. Retired general makes a case for command effectiveness and security force, which will help. I know that will really help curb the insurgency happening in these states and local governments that we see. A lot of killings, and also
we're hopeful.
Calling on the government to actually make case for command effectiveness for this terrorism happening. So we hope the army do what
I think
needs to be done.
Since we already have our ministerial list, and I think the president needs to put them in different places, so we know who we're channeling this to. Because right now we don't know who is who, and everything will still fall back to him. So it's overwhelming for him. I don't even want to be in his position right now. Or he should kick.
I think with them naming the bringing out the ministerial list finally, I think it will help solve a lot of issues that need
we'll be able to delegate a lot of things to people, to the right quarters.
Because still on the newspaper, Tinubu meets with Wike, El-Rufai at the villa. I know it's still on how to find solution on all those things. APC shifting, tackle president over Chicago University credentials. We know this case is still in court concerning the PEP-T, the presidential election tribunal that is going on.
That's right.
Lastly, on the Niger crisis reverse sanction, NSCIA urges ECOWAS. Everybody keep talking about the sanctions ECOWAS actually imposed on Niger with Nigeria closing their borders yesterday to Niger, even though they've actually closed theirs also. Well, people are saying federal government should actually consider Niger as a brother and to reduce some of the sanctions imposed on them.
Okay.
Well, if that will actually help ECOWAS achieving their aim, which they've actually resulted in a more delegated way of looking for solution. I think reducing the sanction will actually go a long way. I think that's that for the Telegraph.
And then on Punch, so the latest news now, Ecuadorian presidential candidate shot dead after rally. University of Ibadan gets 1 billion naira for the Diaspora Research Center. On subsidy removal, Jigawa state government rolls out palliative for the less privileged. And then still on 4 Amotekun officers dismissed for indiscipline in Ondo State. So, this is all we have for you today on Newspaper Review. We've read out the headlines of most of our newspapers. If you want to know more about the news, please cook a copy and read. Thank you for joining us today, and see you tomorrow for Newspaper Review on Breakfast Digest with ACTV. Meanwhile, don't forget to follow us on our socials, on X, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Subscribe and turn on your notification bell. See you tomorrow. Thank you.
is Anyika Abi, and I welcome you all to sports segment in Brief I Suggest. This is a platform where we are going to analyze and review everything happening in the world of sports. And right here, I'm here with a sport analyst, Mr. Olatubosu Patrick. We are going to dissect some happenings in sports.
Thank you, Yinka.
Yeah,
How
okay,
you
so
doing?
fine, and you too.
I'm fine.
Yeah. So now we are going to talk about a few things that have been happening so far. The season is about to start,
Yeah.
and we are very happy about that. But before we go into that, we've seen the likes of injuries happening so far in trainings and all those things, which is affecting, it might actually affect the players. The likes of Nkuku, who just picked up an injury,
Yeah.
a very lengthy one. The likes of Osimhen. He picked up an injury during training.
Injury.
But what's this about this injury? Saga?
Injury is part of football.
Okay.
You cannot take it away as long as you are playing. You are, as in, it's bound to happen. It's nothing that you can run away from. But the extent of the injuries is what matter, and how you are able, how the individual player take it. Some player, when they get injured, as in, they will not be able to come back to that form, as in, to perform at that level again. So it depends on how you are looking at it. But as regard to Nkuku,
Yes.
Chelsea player, the new Chelsea player from music,
Yes.
it seems the injury will take him out for. It will be on the sideline for almost 3 to 6 months, because they are looking at December, January for his return, which is going to affect. As it's going to affect Chelsea a lot, because it's a new player that the new coach is banking on to do the magic for him in the new season. And it's going to affect Chelsea. There is no two way about it.
A little bit about Chelsea before we go into other clubs. We've seen Rhys James just got the captaincy armband from Aspilicueta, who has left for Atletico Madrid. You understand? And for captaincy pack to just be given onto somebody, what are the criteria as well? Because these things just goes like that.
I think for Rhys James is as in leading Chelsea, captain Chelsea seems to be his childhood dream.
Okay.
He has always dreamed of that. He has always it's an open secret that he has always wanted to captain Chelsea. It's a club that he loves so much. It's Chelsea through and Rhys James is a Chelsea boy through and through Chelsea. Just like when you look at John Terry, when you look at Frank Lampard, these are the Chelsea guys. So Rhys James is in that category.
The whole thing rolls in his
blood.
And I think he has been a captain in the under 20s.
In the junior team. So what happened yesterday is just apart from being a Chelsea player, James is someone that, as in, he has shown that leadership quality on and off the pitch. So we are looking forward to exciting time. As in, I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah.
Not to dispute what you are saying because of our time. I feel that leadership spirit, I don't see it in him, but more maybe another time we'll talk about it. You can take that position if
I'm not saying that I'm not saying that is not that player that can take up the position in Chelsea. That someone is older than you. As in, there are some things. As at that team today, I didn't be Mason Mount is there. That Chelsea team, I don't see a more qualified person. As in, I'm not talking of age. As in, someone that is
ready to
Chelsea, someone that Chelsea run in his blood. As in, he has always been a Chelsea player in all his life. As in, he lives so there is passion he has. When you look at, let's flash back. Let me take you a little back. Let's talk when John Terry was Chelsea captain. John Terry will do some extra. He will go extra miles on the pitch, as in, to defend that shirt. That is what I'm saying.
That's wonderful. This is a good one. It's just like the spirit, that club spirit.
And just like when Rio Ferdinand was captaining Chelsea, when Paul Scholes was captain, when as in I can. So these are the guys that you see that the teams runs in their blood.
Definitely. A little out of that, we are going to go to other news now. We've seen the likes of Ronaldo taking Al Nassr to their first finals in that club that they have been in for over years. They've not had the chance, and we see we keep putting all this in our stats. Ronaldo took them to final for a very long time, and this is a penalty goal. People still call him goals.
I think what happened yesterday is it's a landmark achievement for the club, because for almost this, as if Ronaldo did what, as in, see, either we like it or not, these guys, Ronaldo and Messi in their new club, there is no, either we like, these are the things that
they will be missed, definitely.
See, look at what just happened yesterday. For over like 40 something years, they will be playing their fourth final. As in, and look at the excitement. As in, I saw the celebration. How Ronaldo celebrated that goal yesterday. As in the whole atmosphere. Look at see now in Arsenal you have Ronaldo, you have Sadio Mane. They played together yesterday. As in, so I think we should just. I will just urge the football lovers. We should just calm down. There is a lot of things that these guys that we should look forward to them. I think exciting times seem to be ahead.
Definitely. So that's a good one. A quick one to Harry Kane. Tottenham Hotspur, they are ready to release Harry Kane to Bayern Munich for that huge amount of sum. Increased.
I think that deal, I don't know. Harry Kane to Bayern Munich, I don't know. But I think it is time for Harry Kane to move. He has served Tottenham, as in he has served Tottenham with all his then it is time for him to explore other leagues, so that because since his time in Tottenham, Harry Kane has not won a major trophy.
That's what I want to say.
Age is not on his side.
He's 30 years of age now.
This is just a last opportunity for him to move, and who knows, if he moves, he'll be able to win a trophy for himself. And you cannot take it away. Harry Kane is a great player, fantastic striker. When you are picking 1 to 20 striker in the world, I think you are going to mention Harry Kane. There is no even 3. There is no you are not going to mention. He's a fantastic, one of the best striker that English Premier League has. So and it is not fair to him not to win it, just a single trophy.
Because these are the things that will be in his biography and
yes,
in catalog. So you're not having anything to show for it.
I think Daniel Levy should just calm down. Because we all know him to be a very difficult negotiator when it comes to selling players, but it is time for him to calm down. And for the sake of Harry Kane, because he has served the club, he has been faithful to the club, so it is time for the club to also. And when you look at it, he only has 1 year left on his contract. If he charge, so it is Tottenham that will still lose. So it is time for them to listen to the offers and let him go, so that they will part it on both parties will part on a good.
Definitely, a little bit about Tottenham now. We've seen that now. If Harry Kane leaves, the likes of Son has left, and some key players, and there are still no major signees. Are these people
players coming in?
Are these people ready to contend? You know, Tottenham used to be a contender in the top 4.
They've always been.
So what is their plan at the moment now?
I don't know what Daniel Levy is doing. Because that's what I was saying. If maybe they are just short of cash, and if you are short of cash, if you have someone like Harry Kane that they are bringing 80-something million pounds, why not cash in on him and use it to buy 1 or 2 players that you need? Because don't take it away from this season. This season, from all indication, this is going to be the toughest contest you have ever seen in Premier League. Don't take the club, there are new kid on the block, as in new teams, team like Newcastle. As in, if people are not taking note of Newcastle, they seem to be the richest club in that league.
Definitely.
Right now, but it's as if people are not. See, team like Brighton, they are going to fight for it.
They fought for it last season.
That is what team like West Ham. So the almighty saying of top big 4. That thing will not happen this time. The top 6. Now we are going to even enlarge it and make it big 8, big 9, because
that's the beauty of the game.
Yes, if you check at the table now, if you look at the table, by the time the season starts, you see from top to like 8, you will see the points between them will be very, very close.
Definitely.
Look at what happened in the Community Shield last season. Look at the way Arsenal take on Manchester City. See, it will be very, very interesting. Even the almighty Manchester City, all the team will come after the champion.
Leader.
That one will always be there.
Who are you looking at?
Everybody will be looking at the direction of Manchester City because they are the current champion. They are the defending champion. Everybody will be looking at them to defend their league. The pressure will even be on the Manchester City to defend that league because they are but though you cannot take it away. There are some clubs. See, in England, there will always be some clubs that when you talk, as you mention them, because clubs, as in they will push. We are expecting them to push Manchester City to get something to push them. And like I mentioned earlier, club like the new kid,
West Ham.
Though West Ham they've lost one of their prizes, which is Declan Rice, but I still expect them to fight for it, especially Brighton and Newcastle. You cannot take it.
Talking about West Ham now, there is an offer being made to sign Harry Maguire
from Man U to West Ham. I think it's a good offer for Harry. It's a good since that captainship was withdrawn for him, taken away from him. I think it's time for him to leave, to move, because there is we do the captainship ban from you and you are still playing. As in, there is no how you are going to be. As in, I feel I think it's time for him to move to West Ham. This
signal will still go on him because there are rumors that the captainship.
I think he's going to walk straight to that West Ham team and play. Okay. Let's not take it. See, when you are playing for Manchester United, there is as in when you are playing for Manchester United, time is a bad club. I'm not as in the prayer is the attention of the attention of the press, as in the focus will not be, but he can walk straight to that West Ham team and play a good football. And let's not even take it away. Harry Maguire is not bad as the way some people are portraying. Section of the press.
It makes me remember the transfers of
the
loan of
Harry Maguire was that bad, why did Man U sign?
Definitely. For that huge amount of money. I feel the pressure just weighed him down, and he needs to move to a new space.
Yes, and it's not that Harry Maguire is not that old that there is still he still has a lot to offer. And who will even tell you that if you get to West Ham now, if you put up a good performance for 1 or 2 years, mind you, most as a top club again might come for him and say that's how football works. Definitely. Football is just as in, who would have ever imagined that as in that Chelsea will go back to Romelu Lukaku and sign him for 100 million pounds.
Wow.
So these are ways football works. Definitely. Football is as in, if Harry Maguire put up a good performance or 2-3, it will not be top club again will come for him. See what the club need is performance. Performance. There is nothing. That's what they need.
Definitely. So you made mention of Lukaku now. Something happened over was it yesterday or
yesterday?
Where people stormed in, demanding that he doesn't play for.
You know that there is this. A deal was Chelsea are proposing a deal for Lukaku, a swap deal with one of the Juventus striker to come in so that they exchange with Lukaku, and he's looking at the deal is going to go through. So some Juventus fans yesterday invaded the pitch and demand that they are demanding that the deal, as in they don't want Lukaku in that team. I think it's just a reaction. See, Lukaku play for Inter Milan. Inter Milan and Juventus, they are rivals in Serie A, and as in, I don't. It's not that. As in also the coach that want to sign Lukaku, they have their reason. So it's about. So they have to look. I'm not saying I don't think that will stop the deal from going through. It is not left for Lukaku to come to win and prove himself that he can do the job.
That would be much load on him for him to prove himself. Like an impression has been given like this, that this guy might not. You are not needed here. You are not welcome here. So you're not trying to. This thing affects the game actually. I don't think they are
protesting because of his ability. They are not protesting because he cannot score goals. Okay. They are protesting because what Lukaku represents, the club that he represents. They are not. Even Lukaku seems not to be. They are not in. As in the fans doesn't want him because of what he has. What he represented. So it's not that they are not doubting his ability on the pitch.
It's one of the best.
Yes, nobody will doubt the ability, the capacity of Romelu Lukaku on the pitch. He can score goals. He knows how to score goals. He knows Serie A very well. Definitely. So I think the deal will still go through. It's not that Lukaku is forcing himself on Juventus. Even do you know that the Inter Milan board they are even lambasting Lukaku that why will you go to Juventus? As in the fact that Lukaku betrayed them because they thought Lukaku will seal the deal, will make his deal permanent at Inter. Lukaku is not that bad.
He's a wonderful player. Very wonderful.
It's just they were protesting because of what Lukaku represents. It's not that they are not protesting that you cannot
perform.
Yes,
that's a wonderful one. A quick one in Serie A. We've seen the like of AC Milan, signing Chukwueze, and these people are ready to take on challenges. Looking at the past, this previous Champions League, you saw the heights.
They were in the
semi-finals, and we have the likes of Rafael Leao in front. Now adding Chukwueze, it's like these people are building a strong team to contend with the league. What can you tell me about that?
I think AC Milan will be up there.
Okay.
Last season they play fantastic football.
Definitely.
They play fantastic football last season. I was so impressed with this guy. He's my former, I'm a Chelsea fan.
No wonder you gave those analysis.
Tomori, former Chelsea player. Okay. I'm even regretting that. I don't know why we even sold him.
Very young
the guy is proving himself in AC Milan. He's playing fantastic football as a defender in AC Milan. And if you look at what they did last season, they played good football. Look at the like of an old man, as in I call him. He knows how to score goals. The like of Giroud. I think he played for AC Milan, scoring wonderful goals in the Champions League, as banging goals week in. And now they are adding Chukwueze. With the firepower they already had at the front, adding Chukwueze into it. What do you expect? It's going to improve their performance. So I'm looking forward. It's going to be a very interesting league. Also, when you look at Juventus, you look at Inter Milan and Napoli. And Napoli, I think they will find it difficult to defend that league this season. I've watched like 2-3 matches in their preseason. Okay. It's not that they are not that fantastic. Now they are not that fantastic. Maybe they need some new two or three players as a new blood to inject. Into the team, because one thing that is difficult in any league is to defend a title, because when you are defending a title, as in those clubs will come after you because they don't want you, as in there is this is it only you that they are going to face a lot of pressure, as in it's going to be a very interesting time in Serie A also, because I think the potential the Serie A this is you have 4 teams that have the potential to lift the Serie A title. You have Napoli, which is they are the defending champion. You have the Juventus. Juventus, they are Serie A winners. They are Serie A winners because they've won the league back to back. So
I feel the point is the experience.
You have the AC Milan. You have the AC Milan, you have the Inter Milan. Even Atalanta is not doing badly. So the league is going to be very, very interesting.
Definitely. A little one about, we'll just do a little recap on the issue of one of our great athletes, Tobi Amusan.
Yeah.
She has performed well, world champion in the 100 meter hurdles, and defending champions as the fastest, this, she has a case has been brought onto her that she missed the drug test. This is
it's very, very sad, considering the fact that the World Championship will start next month, and the arbitration panel that was supposed to sit on that case, I think they are going to sit sometime next week or so. And AFN yesterday, the Athletic Federation of Nigeria, they released a list of the athletes that will be going to the World Championship, and her name was conspicuously missing on the list, because even if they put her name, what of, as in, if the arbitration, as in people that want to sit on that case, what of if they still find her guilty? That means there is no point in that. I think that was why the AFN did not include her name because but whether you look at it, is a minus to us as a country, because he's our biggest star, and he's one of our biggest stars. Whatever we are going to get at that World Championship, we are looking forward that is going to come from her, because before that suspension, she was in form of her life. She has won almost like three. She has
won some
back to back in her meet. So I don't know why that one suddenly happened to her. It's very, very unfortunate that we're going to the World Championship without Tobi Amusan, who is our biggest, is our best asset to. So it's very, very unfortunate. But all hope is not lost, because if the panel sits next week, we don't know what will come out of that panel. Maybe they are going to exonerate her. I think they exonerate her, she will be definitely back into the team, because the World Athletic Championship will be starting sometime August 19 or so.
Well, that's wonderful. A little one will come to Nigerian sport. The likes of the NPFL, that's the Nigerian Premier League football, is something we need to start watching, because it's an interesting game. Truly, it's an interesting, and we can see the Nigerians football has been improving so far, and maybe one of these days we'll come here and talk about the NPFL. We'll talk more about it, how they've progressed, and some things about the Nigerian Football Federation itself. Looking at the likes of the issue that happened where they have the issue of payment allowance not being paid. These things is very disheartening to public.
I think as you said about the NPF over the time, even from the marketing, the sponsorship, the administration, even from the TV coverage. I watched the last Super 8 championship that was the Super 8 that was played in Lagos. If you look at the turnout, oh my God, as in massive, as in you even be struggling, as you be asking yourself, is it Nigerian clubs playing, as in the quality of football that was played. So it's telling us one thing, that if we put in money into that league, as in we'll get something suitable for me. And who even tell you that Nigeria will not come out and watch them if that stadium can be filled to capacity in Lagos? So what are we now talking about? So it is left for the football administrator in the country to look into how they are going to improve the league. And unfortunately, I think things are beginning to shape up. As regard the bonuses of, as in the impasse between Nigerian Super Falcons and the NFF over their match bonus, I think we talked about it on this program yesterday. It was unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we are still going back and forth as in on this issue. It's as if we are taking 2 steps forward and 3 steps backward, which is very, very unfortunate. It's not good for our football. At this stage, I don't expect so. It's ridiculous as a nation, because these guys, they are not begging for as it's not that they are begging.
It's something they are meant to get.
It's not their entitlement. So it's not that they shouldn't be begging, as in after putting up such a fantastic display at the World Cup, and you now be begging for your, it's on. So I think even it's something that currently, unfortunately, we don't even have a minister of sport. But I think it's something that the presidency should even take up and look. Someone should, if it is someone that is holding the salary, as in their money, the person they should
find it out,
fish it out, and the person should face penalty. Definitely. Because it is not good for us as a nation that, as in at this level, that it's very, very shameful.
That's wonderful. We're out of time, but before we round up this program, I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of talented footballers here in Nigeria, within Nigeria, Abuja, Lagos. People who are very, very dedicated. Some people don't even go to school. Like, they will say, this football I want to face, and you see them, they are being scammed. Some being told that they will take you out, you pay a huge amount of money, you play in Europe, and this thing keeps happening. It's now so rampant that almost everybody that plays well, you hear that in my academy I was scammed. So maybe one of these days we'll bring in somebody who has been a victim. So what can you now say about this?
I think people have to be very, very careful, especially the young footballers, that if you are planning to, there is nothing wrong in planning to play outside the country. It's something that is very, very good. But in doing that, you have to be very, very careful, because, like you said, a lot of agents are in the town.
And the passion that drives them, doesn't make them.
They are parading themselves as agents. They will even tell you they have a link with some Euro. They will be telling your club like in Cyprus. I've seen something like that in Cyprus, Belarus, in Belarus league that they have. You go and do trial. At the end of the day, you paid money and nothing come out of it. But I think as a young footballer, that just keep doing what you are doing, and like you said, there is nothing even stopping a player from going to school, because it's an added advantage when you go to school. You cannot, because you want to play football, you will not go to school. When you go to school, as in education prepare you for, as in you have knowledge, you will be knowledgeable enough as in to separate what is wrong from what is. So there is nothing wrong in combining education with your talent. So as for the young footballer, like I said, they should take their time, be consistent with what you are doing. As in, one day you are going to get it right. You don't need to rush. Don't put pressure on yourself, that the pressure of traveling out of the country. Don't put it on yourself too much. Just be doing what you are doing, and definitely you are going to get it right.
Thank you. And this is the end of the program. We appreciate everybody. This is Yinka Ade, and here I'm telling all Nigerians, all hardworking and all talented footballers, athletes, whatsoever talent you have, that just keep on pushing consistency. Get into the knowledge, just keep pushing hard. Just, you might be lucky very soon and you get what you want even without being scammed. And we thank everybody. This is Abuja City TV. Follow us on our socials. That's on X, on Facebook, on YouTube at Abuja City TV. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell, like, comment, and share. And we love you, everybody. We'll see you next.